What if the dopamine detox you're trying right now is secretly triggering depression, anxiety, and worse?
You've probably been sold the simple fix for our distracted world, the dopamine detox. The promise is incredible, right? Superhuman focus, mental clarity, and finally breaking free from your phone. But what if this cure has a dark side the wellness gurus forget to mention? What if the very thing you're trying for a mental reset is secretly making you more anxious and miserable? Look, it's true that most of us feel overstimulated and unfocused. The idea of taking a break from constant notifications makes sense. But the popular idea of a dopamine detox is based on a huge misunderstanding of how your brain actually works. When taken to extremes, it can seriously backfire. So today, let's break down 5 hidden risks of dopamine detoxing that experts are starting to warn about. First up is a side effect that can feel a lot like a real depressive episode. When you abruptly cut off all activities that give you pleasure, your brain can go into withdrawal. Your brain has gotten used to a certain level of stimulation, and when that's suddenly ripped away, your mood can totally plummet. This isn't just about feeling bored. We're talking about emotional flatness, constant fatigue, and zero joy. As their brains crave the rewards they're no longer getting, people report lingering low mood and deep fatigue. For anyone already prone to depression, this sudden drop can be particularly risky, potentially making things worse when you were hoping to feel better. You'd think a detox would make you feel calm, but for many people, it does the exact opposite, sparking intense anxiety and even panic attacks. There's the simple restlessness that comes from telling your brain no to all its usual outlets, but there's a deeper reason. Recent research shows dopamine is critical for handling stressful situations. When you mess with your dopamine system through extreme restriction, you might actually be turning up the volume on your brain's threat detection system. This can cause you to overestimate danger in your daily life, making you feel way more anxious, not less. The third hidden risk is a profound lack of motivation, sometimes called anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure. At its core, dopamine is the molecule of motivation. It's the chemical kick that drives you to chase your goals. When you try an extreme dopamine fast, you risk weakening the very brain circuits responsible for your ambition and drive. Instead of coming out with superhuman focus, you might just find yourself in a state of total apathy, with no energy or desire to do anything. Starving your brain of all stimulation can leave you feeling completely listless. Ever tried quitting coffee cold turkey? You probably felt agitated, irritable, and had a monster headache. A poorly managed dopamine detox can trigger a similar, if not worse, kind of emotional roller coaster. As your brain scrambles to adjust to the sudden void of stimulation, you can expect mood swings, irritability, and even flashes of anger. This isn't a sign that it's working. It's a sign your brain's reward system is out of whack. These intense mood swings are the psychological fallout of trying to fix your tolerance to overstimulation way too fast. Finally, let's talk about one of the most misguided and frankly dangerous pieces of advice in extreme detox circles: avoiding social interaction. Some protocols tell people to avoid eye contact, conversations, and any human connection. This is just bad science. Meaningful human interaction is one of the healthiest ways we regulate our mood and well-being. Forcing yourself into isolation can stir up intense loneliness, which is a major risk factor for both depression and anxiety. Cutting yourself off from healthy social connection in the name of a detox is a recipe for psychological harm. So, if a dopamine detox is a pseudo-scientific minefield, what are you supposed to do? The solution isn't extreme deprivation, it's mindful moderation. First, let's be clear, you can't fast from dopamine. It's a vital chemical you need to function. A funny fact, the actual psychiatrist who coined the term dopamine fasting admitted it was mainly a catchy name for principles of cognitive behavioral therapy. Instead of a detox, think of it as a digital diet.
Identify specific habits you want to change and set clear limits. Fill that time with healthier activities that give you more stable, long-term reward, like exercise, hobbies, or time in nature. These activities also use your dopamine system, but in a way that builds you up instead of burning you out. The goal isn't to get rid of pleasure, it's to get back in the driver's seat. It's about finding your balance in this overstimulated world, not by punishing yourself, but by making smarter, healthier choices.